All right, navigating life after a cancer diagnosis can be overwhelming, but no one has to do it alone, and there are programs out there, okay? These make a profound difference in the lives of those on their cancer journey. So here today to discuss survivorship resources, we have Dr. Callie McAdams, breast surgeon at Mount Carmel, and Angelica, survivor sister of mine who I just met, but already like we're best friends, because that's what happens when you go through this journey. So thank you both for being here.
Thank you for having me, Robin.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
All right, Angelica, let's talk about your story a bit. I want to just get behind it and say, like, when did you discover this? How did you find out that you had breast cancer?
Yeah, so 9 months postpartum, I decided to stop breastfeeding when I started working again. I noticed some breast changes that seemed unusual, but we just assumed it was normal due to breastfeeding. You know how women's bodies change.
Yeah.
And so as the changes didn't resolve, I reached out to my care team and we did some blood work that came back normal. So then we decided to push for the next test, which was a diagnostic mammogram and ultrasound. And through those testings, it's when we found out I had breast cancer.
Okay, and tell me what kind you had.
Yeah, I have triple negative.
Yeah.
It's in
IDC, right? Is that what it is?
IDC, that's the
yes.
Exactly, triple negative breast cancer type 2B.
Okay, that was literally my exact diagnosis. So wow. I am with you on this journey, Angelica. So Dr. McAdams, let's talk about it, because triple negative, if people don't know, is rare. It is more aggressive. So treatment, what is the option as far as triple negative is concerned?
So breast cancer is a funny cancer that every person you talk to gets a different treatment plan. So for Angelica, we opted to start with chemotherapy up front. It's called a neoadjuvant chemotherapy. See how she responds, and then do surgery and radiation afterwards.
Okay, so that's her plan, and we know that they're still doing a lot of research to triple negative, right? This is something that even when I was going through it, and I said 15 years ago, chemo is really one of the only things they have to treat it. So there has been a lot of, even as you say, right, kind of like movement in that area, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
It seems like every time I get on the computer, there's a new study or an update to a study about every type of breast cancer, but particularly triple negative breast cancers and young women that have triple negative breast cancers. So I'm very excited to see what the future holds in breast cancer care.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so let's talk about your recovery, Angelica. And you mentioned, wait, put the date out there because we all have to celebrate with you. You are going through chemo right now, so when are you done?
August 20th is my last chemotherapy.
Is your last chemotherapy. So everybody send up a little prayer that day, okay, that we are all with you on that. But what has life been like then since you were, diagnosed and going through this? How did your life change?
At first, it was a little crazy, learning that you have cancer, and it gets you very emotional and fearful, of course, because you just don't know what the future holds until you have a plan that comes from the care team. And we've been navigating life through this and still working and taking care of 2 little boys at home. And honestly, we've found blessings through this journey, and our care team has just been on top of everything for us and making sure that if one person knows something, the entire care team knows about it. So I'm very thankful for my team at Mount Carmel to help me through this journey.
Yeah, and that's absolutely part of it, right? It's being this team. And I think people need to realize, right, you embrace each patient, like as a whole, every person that kind of touches Angelica, I'm sure you guys are in contact.
Oh yes, so I say that I'm a conductor of a symphony of everybody that takes care of breast cancer care.
Yeah.
So it's not just the surgeon, there's medical oncologists, radiation oncologists, but we don't just treat her body, we treat her mind, her spirit, her soul. And so that's part of the reason why we have programs to treat the other things that go along with breast cancer care.
Yeah, and let's talk about that. What program helped you, Angelica?
The one that's helped me the most is the Pink Ribbon Good. They're a local nonprofit organization that has been such a blessing for us. My husband works, and he works overnight, and our oldest attends school. So for Pink Ribbon Good to provide transportation for me to and from my appointments has just been phenomenal. They also provided us with meals for our entire family, which was, on the days I wasn't feeling like cooking, we could just heat up a meal and eat it, and it's healthy and it tastes delicious. They even supplied us with cleaning supplies that are non-chemical based, so they're very healthy for the body, and they don't have any strong smells, because as we know with chemo, smells can get to you. They gave me a free vacuum too, which was super handy. Oh man,
that's like a extra bonus there.
Yeah.
I love that. All right, Dr. McAdams, let's talk about the programs you alluded to as well, that you treat the whole person, and survivorship is a huge part of that. So what are some of the programs that Mount Carmel offers?
So Mount Carmel offers programs all the time. Our calendar comes out about every 2 months, and we have educational things like lectures, but we we also have things that are a little bit more fun than just getting a lecture, like art therapy. We did flower arranging last month, and chair yoga. We do that as well. So tons of different options for people that have breast cancer, but other types of cancers as well.
And that's an important part too, is that the body and the mind, right? Some people don't realize how much that is affected by everything going on right here. So I'm glad to hear that you're doing wonderful. We can go, of course, to mountcarmelhealth.com/cancer. Great place to kind of learn about these resources. When's the new calendar come out? So we can keep an eye on that.
Comes out every 2 months. So
okay, so keep an eye.
In July.
Perfect. All right, Angelica, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me, Robin.
All right.